Home buying finish line.
Yeah, so we finished selling your home now. We're buying the new home, which is amazing, right? We are at the finish line, as my husband just said. But unexpected issues, expenses will always hit us. There are bumps on the road. But when we get to the end, this is not the time to stop at the 99-yard line. We need to make it to the touchdown, right? So let's talk about the last little things that need to get done on closing in order to make sure that you are finally there. So number one is, of course, closing the deal. You have gone to settlement, you have gone to closing, you have shown up with cash to close. Now, in North Carolina, we go to a lawyer's office. In other states, I know you just go to title offices or title companies, but we go to lawyers. So you've officially sold that old home. We've officially bought this new home. This is what's going to happen when we get to the lawyer.
Exactly. And then you're wondering about what are their closing cost is. The question is simple. If you're a cash buyer, basically in a state like North Carolina, you have a small fees that could be prorated, property taxes, some recording these, and also the lawyer's fee that does all the title insurance and everything for you. However, if you are using a mortgage, then we need to talk about all the fees that is associated with your mortgage, like originations fees. And those fees is going to come that usually they say is 3% of the amount of loan that you're getting. Therefore, if you are buying a $300,000, we were talking about 3% of it, around $9,000.
Now, those are things you should have known right at the beginning, but really double check them at the end. With the next one, walking through the day of closing, we're going to walk through that property before it becomes yours. You check that the repairs are all made. You make sure that the house is in the condition that you expected it to be in, because that can cause delays as well. Now, before we go on to protecting your investment and the things to talk about, let's do our introduction. Let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you can call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below.
And what I forget to tell you, you need to receive that closing disclosure before 2 to 3 business days before your closing day at your hand, that you can check with your real estate agent and attorney that everything that you promised by the lender is met on the closing disclosure.
Now, with that was my husband fixing himself. Now let's go to protecting, which is insurance. Homeowners insurance is the first one. Homeowners insurance is you want to talk about homeowners insurance?
Yes. Homeowners insurance basically is one of the 4 elements of your mortgage, which we have principal, interest rate, property tax, and homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance is the one that you have control over, meaning that you can always shop every year at that end of the year that you are the 1 year mark, and then shop for the best rate that you can get in your homeowners.
Now, what does it cover? It covers disasters, maybe theft, accidents, the structure of your home on the outside, your roof, things that are on the structure of the outside. The second thing we're going to talk about is title insurance. Title insurance is important and overlooked in discussing. This is a one-time purchase you bought in North Carolina. We're buying it at the lawyer's office. Again, you might buy it at the title company in another state. But basically, you're buying a home saying that you own this property. You're going to own this property outright. Nobody else has the right to anything in this property. Now, this protects you from what if the previous owner paid a roofer and changed the roof, and then they didn't actually pay the roofer, and the roofer might have a lien against the property. So this title insurance is going to mean that old roofer can't come after you for their money for that old roof that they put on that for whatever reason didn't get paid, or things like that. Or maybe there was, an heir that died 100 years ago that nobody knew about. So it's going to protect you against all of those type of situations: ownership, undiscovered liens, clerical issues that go to the title. That's what homeowners insurance does.
Exactly. And also you need to look at legal and financial consideration.
No, home warranty. What is a home warranty?
Oh, home warranty.
Now this is optional.
Therefore, home warranty is optional, which basically protect you against any kind of repairs or major repairs like a roof, AC unit, plumbing, electric. And basically when you are purchasing a home, that's going to help you later with the maintenance of the home.
Okay, the next one, now we can talk about legal and financial considerations of buying this home. One is understanding if you are taking a mortgage, you have to understand what is going on in that mortgage agreement, know the rates, know the terms, know the penalties, if there are penalties for any reason. So know what all of them are, so when you make your payments, you know what you're doing.
Exactly. The next thing is recording deed. The deed actually is signed by the seller, usually sometimes a day even before you go to the closing attorney, like a state like North Carolina. And then what is going to be happening that the lawyer is going to record it, your deed in your name. Therefore, you're going to be a new owner in the local government office to establish you as a legal owner of the property.
The next thing is about property taxes. You need to make sure that the property taxes are set up to where you pay them on the day you buy. The seller has owned it to another point. Typically, this is again done at the lawyer's office, done through the escrow account, where it is portioned to who owns what when.
Exactly. And then what is about safety and security?
Once the home is legally yours, there are always debates about this, but I will say I would recommend, if you are unsure, change the locks. I mean, you don't know what they did in that home, so you want to make sure that you are changing the locks so that home is yours the second you take ownership of it.
Exactly. And security is, if your new home doesn't have already security system, it's not a bad investment that you secure it, use a smart home, whatever option for you. You can use the Amazon to purchase everything, or you can basically hire a company, to do that for you. And that is your responsibility to look at the cost and benefit of each ways and which one it helps you.
And the next thing is safety in the home. Make sure that those smoke detectors actually work that are in the home. The carbon monoxide detectors actually work in your home. And any security lighting actually works in the home, because the last thing you want to do is think you have a smoke alarm and then, heaven forbid, we don't want it to ever happen. It doesn't work when you need it. So make sure you check them.
Exactly. And the next topic that we wanted to talk, also maintaining records and documentation, meaning that keeping all of your purchase documents, including your insurance policies, warranties information, all the legal papers that you receive also from the lawyer's office in the state of North Carolina, and organize them in a place that you have always access. And this one is really important, especially for the tax purposes too. And that helps with your financial decision in the future.
And the last thing about this with digital, this is a digital age. We live in the digital world. Make sure you are getting digital copies, but make sure that you have filed these digital copies where you can find them when you need them. It is not just download them and set it and forget it, because it could be called 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 5, and 6 or 2. How do you know that that file is what you need? So make sure that those files are named correctly, easily found where you need them, and make sure you do have digital copies of it, and they're in a place where you can get back to them.
Do you have any closing, Mark?
I know this is a fun day, a lot of information, and there's so much to do. And we didn't even talk about utilities and all of that, but really you want to make sure that your investment is secure and you are moving in, protecting your property and your peace of mind, because you're starting your new home on your new journey in your new place, and we are so excited for you.
And exactly, my wife said you need to set up also utility. Don't forget that, otherwise you don't have any electric, water, or other stuff that you need to have in your home when you enter the home. Don't forget to call Alan Victoria Pinder, real estate agent professionals in North Carolina, specifically in Pitt County, North Carolina. And also watch all of our YouTube and courses. We'll love to connect with you, and see you next time.